of the election in the mainstream press, be it, TV or radio or the newspapers, there's a real lack of young people's voices and young people's opinions. A project like Electiontracker is really valuable in that it allows some of those voices to be heard.
What has gone wrong with our system, with our democratic system, that has resulted in 90% of people feeling like they're not really involved and they're going through the motions.
It's about bringing a whole bunch of young people together who have different backgrounds, who have different perspectives, and getting them to consider what they think is important to them.
I'm one of 4 young Australians who are being sent onto the election trail in the pursuit of either Kevin Rudd or John Howard.
And we file 2 stories a day for Vibewire.net, which is a youth media portal.
I think if you describe youth as apathetic, I think they're no more apathetic than the rest of the population.
What was the question? It's a question of the people who will be reporting the news will finally be young Australians.
A lot of politics isn't very transparent. The policy is quite complex and the media speak is quite complex. So young people feel like they don't have a say in the debate.
I'm looking forward to getting hardly any sleep, having a scotch on the rocks with old seasoned political journalists.
I hope to really get a better understanding for what issues do concern young people, because I know what issues concern me, but hopefully in being part of a larger dialogue I'll have a better understanding of where other people of my age and the rest of my generation are and what we're thinking.
Just remember that you're their eyes and ears, you're their legs out there, and allow yourself to tell them what it's like,
This election campaign is going to be ferociously busy because both of the protagonists are fearsomely energetic.
If you want to get questions in, you need to be ready to go and you need to be pushy.
If you're with Howard, you'll be going power walking with the guy.
It's been a long run around. Basically I got supplied with a faulty laptop on day 1. I can't file stories when we're not in the hotel because they need to be plugged into a wall, which is kind of a problem because we seem to be on buses and planes for about 12 to 15 hours a day. So question time goes awry. Nick Harkin is experiencing computer problems. He files his blog over the phone from Townsville. I'm assuming I'll be in Brisbane tomorrow night as well.
Okay, tell me when you're okay. It's going to be here at Laverack in Townsville with Joel Fitzgibbon, the Shadow Minister for Defence. We've been through here dozens of times actually.
The coalition wants to keep taxes as low as possible.
All the other journos file in the bus, on the plane. All their laptops actually work, so they've been writing stories. They're writing stories right now. We're in a pub, we're having lunch. They're all on their laptops writing. I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs. I've possibly had 4 hours sleep. I'm too tired to remember. That was last night. The night before I didn't get much either, and the night before that I got even less. Apart from laptop troubles, it's going great. My question was were Mr. Howard's spending initiatives economically responsible?
Well, we're still working our way through the precise costing schedule.
He's still a bit of an enigma. He always was, and yeah, it's hard to see past the spin. He's very, 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 very good at being a politician and crafting a message and just getting it across and basically not answering questions.
Mr. Howard's already concluded his retirement plan, and that's why there is no plan for the country's future. Got to run.
Whether he'll get elected or not is another question, but the man behind the mask, I have no idea what he's like. It's the end of another long day. I've got a laptop that works now. Pete here has kindly offered to let me crash in his apartment because there's a spare bedroom that's not being used, which means that I don't have to stay in a backpackers hostel, which I've been doing for 2 weeks now. I didn't realise it was going to be so full on in terms of the flights, like flying around Australia basically twice already in 3 days. Tonight's the earliest night and we've arrived back at what, 8 p.m? Yeah, after leaving at 6 a.m. No, I'm too tired to think.
Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. It's not reality. It's something, but it's not that. Basically, their campaign has atrophied. We've not gone anywhere or done anything. We've been in tonight will be our 3rd consecutive night in Brisbane. I'm, sleeping in. I'm spending my afternoon at art galleries. I just think that I don't know. It's a government in the terminal phases of its.
What's your name? Hello?
I do not have faith in the political process. I'll tell you why. Firstly, because I believe the political process can be bought and sold and isn't really democratic. And the few semblances of democracy that do exist in our political process are just tokenistic. It's like, oh, you have your vote. It's like, yeah, but when an election campaign is, so thoroughly funded by this person or that person or this interest group or that interest group or this business or that business, I mean, it's not a free marketplace of ideas, really, is it? If because I have more money, I have a greater chance of influencing your vote.
I visit a lot of schools around Australia, from one part of the country to the other, and you enter some schools and they're friendly, but they're just friendly. You enter other schools that are very friendly and nice as well, but you enter some schools where immediately you think, what a wonderful, friendly, open community I've come to, and that was the experience that I had this morning.
It's actually sort of brilliant, because if you want to control the image that is going to be in the news, and you don't want it to be about, politics, you don't give people a chance to ask questions. You just go to a school and hug a bunch of people.
Oh, and what's your name again? Oh, that's lovely.
We're sitting there on the bus, going to our one media engagement for the entire day, and there's just this real sense that the campaign is flatlining and that Howard is plodding along towards a predetermined conclusion, which is that he will lose the election.